Green. The hitting streak at 28 coming in. Bottom one to left field. Juan Encarnacion makes a catch. Bottom three, Green a little blooper. And that's caught. Green now 0 for 2. Bottom seven, Tigers at 3-1. Runners on second and third. Homer Bush at the plate. Grounds it to first. Tony Clark, the diving stop, makes a great stop, but a dicey throw. Darren Fletcher and Jacob Brumfield score, and we are now tied at 3. Still bottom seven, bases loaded for Green. 1, 2, 3. 0 for 2 at this point. Looking for that hit. To right, Kareem Garcia makes the catch. Bush tags from third and scores. Jays scores 7 in the 7th. Bottom 8, last chance for Green. He's 0 for 3. And this looked good. Gabe Kapler, though, going back, makes a great catch. And Green's hitting streak is over at 28 games. But Toronto wins at 8-5 as the Jays now a full game in front of Boston in the wild card chase.
And throughout the first pitch, she's got a pretty good arm. Very touching moment. That's what baseball sometimes is all about, remembering the great ones. Andy Pettitte was great on this night. He was the truth. Top 5 runners on second and third. Tells Homer Bush, wait for it. Pettitte 8 innings, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Jimmy Leyritz back with pinstripes at first base and big and up. The grounder to first by Delgado. Leyritz, a nice pick throw to second. Jeter completes the double play with his throw to first. Speaking of Jeter, bottom 8, game tied at 1. 1 on in an 0 for 17 slump, tying Derek's career worst. But Jeter against Wells was off the meat rack. 20th jack of the year. New career high for Jeter. Also, he breaks his own Yankee record for home runs by a shortstop. He had 19 homers last year. Yankees win at 3-1. They beat their former ace David Wells for the 3rd time this year. New York also improves to 7-0 against the Jays this
game. Top of the 3rd, David Cone, he struck him out. Again, that was the 2nd time, and then it got him again. 3rd K of the game. Bottom of the 6th, meantime. Yanks getting something here. Joe Girardi shades that World Series against Maddox when he put one deep. That wasn't out. This one is. First home run since July 7th, 1998. It's 1-1. Top of the 7th, still 1-1. Batista this time got a piece of it. Base hit. Homer Bush, ex-Yank, coming around. He's going to score. Batista ends up 2 for 5. It's 2-1 Blue Jays. Bottom of the 8th, same score. Derek Jeter. John Frescatore got him. Blue Jays take this one 3-1 and finally beat the Bombers. Elvim Escobar facing leadoff hitter Chuck Knobloch, and he got a piece of that. Well hit indeed. 3rd leadoff home run in 6 days. He's got 6 leadoff home runs this year. Yanks up 1-0. Escobar done after 1 2/3. 5 runs in. Irabu got him. That's the dangerous Sean Green. He went 7-3 earned runs, 8 Ks. Bernie Williams, meantime, ripping this one. That's going to go short porch, but deep enough. Gone. He was 2 for 3, 5 RBI. Yankees take the game in the series. 8-3 the final here. Williams left.
Your 2nd inning, that is Carlos Delgado off Rick Helling and crunch. The shot to right, and bye-bye. His 27th of the year. It's tied at 1. In the 7th, Carlos not done. Off Rick Helling again. This time, the towering drive into the Papal. The Jays down 3-2 at that point. Tie game in the 4th. Jeff Zimmerman on. Nobody hits Zimmerman except Carlos Delgado. His 3rd home run of the night. The Jays win this one 5-4. Delgado's 2nd 3-homer game of his career. Zimmerman finally suffers his first loss.
Aaron Seeley in control. Seeley strikes out Curtis Goodwin looking. He K'd 3 times. Then Sean Green swinging. He was 0 for 4. And then it's Willie Otanez. He goes down swinging. Seeley 10 Ks. Bottom of the 6th, Roy Halladay pitching with 2 on. Pudge Rodriguez hitting. A 3-run shot is 22nd. That a career high. Rodriguez 2 for 5. 5 homers, 16 RBI in his last 9 games. Rangers win it by the final of 6-0. There's
7th, Blue Jays up 6-5, and Carlos Delgado. Home run. Billy Koch is after it in the bullpen because he wants to try to sell it for $500. Delgado with 30 this year, 7-5. Rangers down 2, and Todd Zeile ties it up. 2-run dong, his 16th. Not in this game. That would be a record. 8th inning, tied up. Darren Fletcher. And a reminder that entertainment coupons cannot be used to purchase surf and turf. His 11th, 8-7 Toronto, and an 8-7 win.
Get another eyeful of Delgado Monday night. Toronto went in tied for the wild card lead with the Red Sox. Top of the first. With 2 on, Delgado against Mike Morgan. His 3-run home run, 31st of the year, 5th of the series. Blue Jays had a 3-0 lead. 7-3, 2 on for Shawn Green. Same deal, just in the other direction, 33rd for Green. Blue Jays clobber the Rangers 19-4, and in the process set a new team record for hits with, as you see.
Top 3, your wild card leader in the American League. Brad Radke, Shawn Green hit hard into the ground. Denny Hawking, bare hand, and in one motion gets Green. In the third, 3-2, Delgado. Coming off a series in which he torched Texas to the tune of a .538 average. Blasts off against Radke. He's got 100 RBIs this year for 2. It wasn't an all-star. Twins down 9-6. Graham Lloyd to Christian Guzman. Deep. Not deep enough. Shannon Stewart on the track made a grab. Lloyd out of a jam. Delgado, come on, his 33rd. He's got 7 home runs in 5 games, Ray.
And 12 RBI in those 5 games.
Scorching. Stop it. Darren Fletcher had 4 runs batted in.
More in the AL, Blue Jays and Twins. Top of the second, no score, Eric Milton there. Carlos Delgado hitting that one deep and far away. Upper deck shot, 34th of the season. He's got 8 home runs in his last 6 games. Delgado, Shannon Stewart, Tony Batista, all 2 for 4. 6-3 the final. 6 straight wins for Chris Carpenter.
Well, today, the story of the game was pitcher Joe Mays, the guy who sprints to the mound every inning. Brian McRae, there's Uncle Charlie in for a visit. You're out of there. The next batter, Shawn Green here in the first inning, right through the changeup. Carlos Delgado, who's been radioactive, cannot touch the yacker. Top of the second here, a little defensive help. 1 on for Willie Green. And Brent Gates and Denny Hawking, 4 to 6-3. Then Mays really got tested with the bases loaded and a 2-0 lead. Here in the 7th inning, nobody out. Darren Fletcher with a foul down the left field line. Now, Torrey Hunter not only makes the play, but he holds the runners with the bases loaded in a 2-run game. The next batter, Tony Batista, running it on the hands. He can't touch it. Then Willie Green wants to try and go after the curveball. Can't hold up. Mays, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks and 8 Ks. 3-0 the final score.
Juice, Paul Spoljaric to Matt Stairs. He would say later, we always say if you want to slug, we can slug. 28th homer of the season. A's leading it 7-3 on a grand slam by Stairs. Bottom 7, A's up 8-5. A man on for Shannon Stewart. T.J. Matthews gives up Gopher Meat. A 2-run homer. Stewart, a 12-game hitting streak. Blue Jays within 1. Bottom of the 9th now. Blue Jays down 9-7. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Homer Bush, ground ball to Randy Velarde. Velarde boots it. Flips to Miguel Tejada for the out. Misses the double play. Tony Batista scores. Jays down 1. The next batter, Stewart, 1 more chance. Ground ball to Eric Chavez for the easy out. The A's win a critical game, 9-8, as Matt Stairs had 2 homers, including.
First bases loaded, and A.J. Hinch says they're not loaded anymore. He didn't literally say it, but he said it with his actions. A grand slam, his 5th homer of the season, 1st career grand slam. Called it a dream come true. A's up 8-0 in the first. Joey Hamilton went a 1/3 of an inning, gave up 7 earned runs, shortest outing of his career. Bottom of the 7th, now 12-3 A's. The Blue Jays' only bright spot, Carlos Delgado. How hot has this guy been? 9th homer in 9 games, 35th of the year. But the A's cruise to the 13-5 win. Oakland continues to crush the ball. The A's have homered in 15 straight games, going deep 36 times in that.
Third, Tony Phillips against Kelvin Escobar. And everyone throw your hands in the air and wave them around as though there are no repercussions. 15th homer, not in this game. That would be a record. A's up 4-2. Escobar against Miguel Tejada. Jason Giambi become to score. Jacob Brumfield gunning it. Nails Ben Grieve at the plate. Good hose. A's up 6-2. 6th inning. Tony Phillips over at first. Randy Velarde's at the plate. The grounder to second. Here's where the damage is done. Phillips coming, sliding hard, goes down, and he didn't get up. Had to be helped off. The A's win it, but Phillips lost for the year with that broken leg. For now, the plan is to rotate Ryan Christensen and Jason McDonald at the leadoff spot in place of Phillips. Phillips ends his season 2 for 2 in this game, a stolen base, .244 average, and 15 home runs.
And displaying defense. Unlike A.J. Hinch, out of the box clean, off the Brian McRae foul, and the slide, style points because it was right in front of the cameras. Wilson also had 2 RBI on the day. Speaking of RBI, A-Rod, consistency is very important. That's the 5th straight game with a home run for A-Rod, his 32nd of the year. He's averaging a run scored and an RBI per game.
A-Rod, and Henkin throws one right by him. A-Rod home run streak ends at 5 games. Edgars doesn't. 3-run shot number 17. He came in 2 for 23 lifetime against Henkin. It's 3-0. Here's Junior. Contact. And that pitch is 100 RBIs for Junior. 5-1 in favor of the Seattle Mariners. Bottom 7, Peter, at 7-4.
Well, they get into a jam. Lou Piniella got tired of watching walks, so he goes to Jeff Fassero. Keeps bouncing back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen. But Facero's still a submitter. He's a free agent who didn't get through waivers. So this is a nice outing. Comes in, gets the double play. 6-4-3, gets out of the inning. They win 8-5. And we mentioned earlier, this is an awful reflection of the Blue Jays' disappointment.
Losers of 6 straight hosting Seattle. Peace. Jay Buhner, top second, no score. On his way to a thick 3 for 4 days. 11th homer of the year, 2-run job, 2-zip Seattle. Bottom 8, 5-1 Seattle. Bases loaded, 2 out. Willie Green trying to up his .207 batting average, trying to be a player, but Brian Hunter got his PhD, his player-hater degree. And then Brian was knocked. No, he really wasn't knocked out. He was fine. He got up. Don't leave. Jays lose 5-1. Lupin.
Brutal start last time out. Bottom of the 2nd, Ben Greaves strikes out, then Matt Stairs hung up between 1st and 2nd, nowhere to go. Miguel Batista tags him out. Now top of the 4th, Jays up 1-0, a man on for Willie Green. That is gone. A 2-run homer for him. He's 11th of the year. Jays up 3-0. Now top of the 5th, bases loaded, Darren Fletcher. Into the gap in right center. That's going to clear the bases. It's a double. Gives the Jays a 6-0 lead. Career high 5 RBI for Fletcher. Bottom of the 6th, 6-0 Jays. Hamilton cruising. Gets John Jaha on the fly ball to center. Jim Fregosi, Mel Queen handing out their congratulations on a job well done. And man, did the Jays ever need it. They win this one by the final of 11-0, snapping a season-high 7-game losing streak. They beat Oakland for the first time in 7 tries.
And the A's in action, top of the 1st, 2 on. Nobody out for Sean Green. The shot just inside the first baseline, goes in the right field corner. Stewart scores. Green has a double. Jays up 1-0. Next up, Carlos Delgado, an excuse me hit. It falls in. Brian McRae, Sean Green, both score. Blue Jays up 3-0, scoring 3 runs off 4 hits in 10 pitches. Bottom of the 3rd, same score, 2 on for John Jaha. Crushes the Chris Carpenter pitch to deep right. Luxury box, 3-run home run, his 28th. We are tied at 3. Bottom of the 4th, bases loaded for Jaha, and he gets a free pass. That brings in a run. A's up 5-3. Same inning, 2 batters later. Ben Grieve, take your base. That brings in another run. A's go up 6-3. Bottom of the 6th, A's up 7-4. Ben Grieve up. He fouls the ball back. Watch the fan. Kids, do not try this at home. Somehow he hangs on to the ball and he doesn't tumble over.
Homer Bush. 2-out grounder to 3rd. Almeida signs who homered in this game. Nice play, but the Durwood Merrill makes a late safe signal at first. Now Art Howe comes out to argue. Seemed like the right thing to do at the time. The replay shows it was really close, but first base coach Lloyd Mosby may have influenced Merrill's late call. You never know. Just a thought. 2 batters later, Carlos Delgado picking his spots. Off of Buddy Groom, Bush would score from 3rd. We're tied at 3. Still tied bottom 9. Runner on 2nd, Randy Velarde. The blooper against the flame-throwing closer, Billy Koch. Sean Green, nice effort, but can't get it. Miguel Tejada scores the game-winning run. Tejada was on with a walk. And the A's gain a final game on the Blue Jays in that wild card race as they win at 4-3. The ninth
that have made it to the World Top 4, 2-1 Blue Jays. Tony Batista off Kevin Apier. 3-1 Jays, 20th on the year for Batista. Later in the 4th, 2 out, 1 on, and it's Brian McRae. Gone. 2-run homer. 5-1 Jays. 2nd homer for McRae. Apier's got to be in shock. Bottom 4, 7-1 Toronto. Ryan Christensen to 3rd. Tony Fernandez from his knees. Carlos Delgado can't handle it. 2-run score.
A's trail 7-3, the error on Fernandez. Later in the fourth, Durwood Merrill calling balls and strikes. David Wells throws what David thinks is a strike to Randy Velarde. It's a good pitch. David didn't get the call, and after the inning, David Wells venting some frustration. Top six, 7-4 Toronto. Sean Green doubles down the line. Shannon Stewart scores. Jays pick up some insurance run. More importantly, pick up an important victory. 9-4.
And he wouldn't disappoint. Top six with 2 outs. Green humming a single to right center. He had a fat 3-for-5 night. He keeps the inning alive. Next batter, Carlos Delgado's been getting his freak on. 36th homer of the year, 15th since the break. 2-1 Blue Jays. Top 8, Green again. Booyah! 34th homer of the year for the guy hitting .319 this year. Talk about a proud family. Blue Jays win it 5-1. The Blue Jays record their
Angels. Sean Green on first after being hit by a pitch, and Carlos Delgado takes Chuck Finley for a ride, and Chuck didn't necessarily want to go there. Delgado with his 37th of the year. We're tied at 2. Still tied. Shannon Stewart, the single into left. Jacob Brumfield coming around hard. He would score. Stewart would be out at second, but not before the run scores. 3-2 Jays. Stewart's hitting streak now at 23 games. And you've heard of relievers having a hard time getting in some work. Al Levine locked out. Maybe they were trying to tell him something. The Jays win at 7-2. Joe
Helling says to Sean, go away. Bottom of the second, Carlos Delgado facing Helling, and he's not any better. Top of the third, Juan Gonzalez up, facing Chris Carpenter with the bases loaded, and he slaps one through the left side of the infield. Mark McLemore will score, RBI 104 for Juan. Rangers up 3-0, Gonzalez only hitting 4 at bats. Top of the sixth, Rangers leading 5-2. Rafael Palmeiro says, I'll take that to go. A solo homer to left. 40th of the year, 10th in the last 11 games, 15 in August. That's a lot of numbers. Bottom of the ninth, Tony Fernandez facing Helling. Helling for the complete game induces the 4-6-3 double play. Tony Fernandez, you have just been induced. Third double play of the game turn.
Lead 1-0. 2 runners in the scoring position. Wells to Greer. Rusty up the middle. He was 3 for 4, hitting .305, and the Rangers lead 3-0. Next batter, Juan Gonzalez. Jack. 29th of the year, now has 106 RBIs. Rangers up 5-0. David Wells, 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. His ERA is .541 and doesn't like cameras on this day. The exchange rate for baseball wins in Canada is very good.
Warming up because John Burkett's in a jam, but then he gets Tony Batista to get away. 1 out. Willie Green right back at him. 1, 2, and 3. It's a double play. Burkett escapes the first. He ends up going 6 2/3, allows just 1 run. 4th inning, 1-0 the Jays. Runner at second, Rafael Palmeiro. Bueno. Palmeiro with the single, then misplayed by Jacob Brumfield. Juan Gonzalez coming to score. Palmeiro goes out to second. Breaks the club record for RBI in a month. 39. Next batter, Todd Zeile. It is back. It is back. It's not coming back. His 18th, not in this game. That would be a record. 4-2, the Blue Jays.
Skydome, tough to stay in a wild card race that way. Bottom of the first, Shannon Stewart at the plate. Stewart lines out to Corey Koski. Stewart 0 for 4, his hitting streak over at 26 games. Bottom of the second, Tony Batista at the plate, who just had a 1-0 lead. Now it's 2-0 off the foul pole. Of course, it's a fair ball off Jason Ryan there, 21st for Batista. Top of the ninth, 2-1, man on. Matt Lawton grounds to Homer Bush. The dive and the throw. Nice play there, and Toronto goes on to win by a score of 2-1. The Blue Jays 4 back in
the fourth. It's already 9-0 Minnesota when Jock Schoen says, let's make it more. Paul Spoljaric taken for a ride. A 3-run homer, Twins up 12-0. So the next batter, Spoljaric, right over Christian Guzman's head, and he wastes no time. Out and down, sped Spoljaric later. I just wanted to stop them diving into my pitches, so of course he threw baseballs at him. Here comes the Jays bullpen. Not quite as fast the Twins bullpen. Everybody comes running. Everybody's involved. Tom Kelly, Hector Carrasco pulled Guzman away. He's ejected. Paul Spoljaric ejected. He later said I had poor command. Then take a look at Durwood Merrill, the umpire. He thought this thing was just hilarious. Tom Kelly might have had better ideas. He hurt his wrist, probably thinking he could be playing golf somewhere in Florida. Twins won at 14-3.
Milton pitching. Pat Borders kind of looked like a strike. Durwood Merrill says ball. 4 pitches later. It's Borders. And even with derogatory credit, you can own a brand new car. First dong of the year. Tom Kelly come out to discuss that 1-2 pitch. Crazy drought we're having this summer, huh? Is your lawn brown too? Yeah, kick me out. I'll go get a table for dinner.
Series finale. Bottom of the first, Jays up 1-0. Carlos Delgado says, crush this. Joe Mays' pitch is sent into smithereens. Dead center, a 3-run job, a new career best. 39th for Delgado. Jays up 4-0. Top 5, Jays up 5-1. David Wells to the appealing Christian Guzman. There's no appealing that strikeout. David Wells had 7 in the game. Hey, fun with Wells now. More Wells. This is Bob Wells facing Vernon Wells. Bob Wells to Vernon Wells. And it's all Wells that ends Wells as Wells strikes out Wells. Really. 2 batters later on a David Segui fly to left. Chad Allen reaches into the stands to make the catch. He appears to be picking up the ball. They called it out. Oh, we have umpiring controversy already. Top 8, it's David Wells, neither related to Bob nor Vernon. Induces Doug Mankiewicz to ground to first. Delgado flips to Wells, who is neither Bob nor Vernon, and makes the out. So the Blue Jays win at 6-1. David
first with a man on third, 5-3 Toronto. Carlos Beltran, the liner to Vernon Wells in center. Johnny Damon would tag up and score. Lopez is running all the way, thinking there are 2 outs. He was wrong. He's doubled off, and Toronto holds on to win it 5-4. Sean Green 3 for 3 with
Sweeney. Homer Bush flips to short, scoreless after 1. Carlos Delgado, Dave, he's been on a roll all year.
Yeah, he really has, and he's going to have to put the club on his back offensively along with Sean Green. Gets the changeup, rips a single to right, still top of the second. Delgado on second after Tony Batista singles. And Homer Bush. Homer's warming up. Delgado scores. Good slide. Take another look. Tried to block him off, but he's still got his foot on the bag. Now Delgado continues.
Gas, gone.
Carlos Delgado. Number 40 on the year. He's within 2 of Rafael Palmeiro.
Now in the bottom of the 4th, Sweeney, a long ball at center. Vernon Wells had some problems last night. How about here? Oh, great catch there. Top of the 6th, Wells bloops a single right inside the line. And it's a fair ball. Scores Bush. He gives Wells his first Major League RBI. Jays up 5-zip. Top 8. Pay attention. Focus, everybody. Homer Bush is at the plate, and Homer Bush has gone deep. His 5th home run of the year. Most home runs in a season for a guy named Homer. More on that in a moment. It is 6-3.
2-1, 2 out, 2-on. Joe Vitiello doing work. Deep shot to left center. Over Shannon Stewart's head. Dermal Brown scores. Joe Randa scores. Vitiello, his first double of the year. He's sitting right at the Mendoza line, 200. KC takes a 3-2 lead. Next batter, Sal Fasano, hitting even worse, 182, but he's bringing the wood. Liner up the middle. Vitiello comes around to score. Catcher Mike Matheny can't field the ball. Vitiello barrels into him. And after the game, the Chiefs made Vitiello their starting free safety. Royals win the game 6-3. The Royals' Ray Holbert had a career-high 4 hits.
Fletcher off the end of the bat to left field. David Segui's going to try and score, and Charles Gibson says, I don't think so. Dan Wilson holds on, you're toast. Still 3-0. Bottom 5th, 4-3. Ken Griffey says, that's going to change. In the upright and locked position, a 2-run job is 43rd, sneaking him ahead of Rafael Palmeiro for the AL lead at 6-3 M's. Top of the 7th, still 6-3. Shannon Stewart to deep center. Ken Griffey, I have bat, I have glove. At one point, one of 6 consecutive putouts, one shy of the Major League record, set, of course, by Ben Chapman back in 1937. And the Mariners, top of the 4th, no score. Jamie Moyer on the mound facing Vernon Wells. Wells grounds one back. Moyer makes a nice play. It's a 1-6-3 double play. Moyer 6 scoreless innings. And then the offense. Carlos Delgado at the plate. That's not coming back. Deep and gone to center field. The first person to hit it out to dead center at Safeco, number 41 for Carlos. 1-0 Toronto. Bottom 8, still 1-0 Ken Griffey Jr. He knew as soon as he hit it off Graham Lloyd, his 44th, a 2-run job, so the M's up 2-1. Jose Mesa comes in, still 2-1. Sean Green at first, Carlos Delgado. This is the 2nd time he's done it in the game, and the 2nd time this season he's hit a 2-run bomb in the 9th off Mesa. It's now 3-2 Toronto, but wait. 9th inning, a runner on. Billy Koch had walked the first batter, and then to Tom Lampkin, his 7th, and the M's are going to go home happy on this one. All the runs coming on home runs, a game-winning 2-run job in the bottom of the 9th, And the Mariners Tigers now bottom 9, game tied at 6. Bases loaded for Juan Encarnacion facing John Frascatore. Encarnacion single to center. Here comes Frank Catalanano. And he's in with the game winner. The Tigers win at 7-6. Jim Fregosi's bullpen blows another one after seeing one slip away in Seattle. Detroit comes back from a 5-2 deficit.
On by their fingernails in the wild card race. Jim Fregosi and the Blue Jays trying to end the 4-game losing streak. Darren Fletcher helping out. 2-run single, and the Jays go on to win 9-5. They snap that 4-game losing streak. They're 9-2 against the Tigers this year. Sunday, their final game.
Shane Spencer takes off. It's a hit and run. But one problem, Knobloch doesn't even swing. Spencer toast. Knobloch tells Joe Torre, yeah, but Skip, you know, I did hit my 7th leadoff homer of the year on Sunday. 1-zip. Blue Jays rookie Vernon Wells is straight off the meat rack. If it's fair, it's gone. First major league shot, you know, 10 guys in big league history named Wells. 1,005 career at-bats for the Wells guys, and they only have 3 homers. Top 9, Yankees down 2-1. Jeter on first. David Wells gets Bernie Williams on Bernie's 31st birthday to ground into the 6-4-3 double play. Blue Jays win at 2-1. Yankees lose their 4th.
It's 6-1 Blue Jays, 1 out in the top of the 8th. Ricky Leday on first, Chili Davis at the plate, and hit this one. And no, Ricky Leday heads up on Homer. Bush dove down. Leday back to second, safe. Double play would have ended the inning. Very smart play by Leday. Later in the 8th, it's 6-2. Jays, bases loaded. Bernie Williams changes that. Ripping that out on Billy Koch. Yankees tied at 6. Grand slam. Bernie Williams, he was 2 for 5. Then, top of the 9th now. 1 out. Play Bellinger to third. Tony Fernandez up high, new. E5. Next batter, Chuck Knobloch up the middle. Tony Batista coming through. No, that's not working either. Knobloch is safe. Tori Zimmer, they're all fired up. Next man up, Derek Jeter, 2 strikes. Oh, Koch wanted that. It was close. Jim Fregosi, though, said, "You're squeezing me, Blue." After walking Jeter to load the bases, Koch is taken out and questioning the eyesight. Home plate umpire Laz Diaz. Koch went 2/3 of an inning. His ERA took a big beating. Next man up will be Paul O'Neill. Bases are loaded against Paul Spoljaric. Paul O'Neill waited for that and rocks it out. He was 0 for 4 going into that at bat. Now he's 1 for 5 with a grand slam. Yanks go ahead 10-6, and obviously a pretty big win. Yanks on the verge of losing their 5th straight, coming back to win it. Lou Gehrig, of course, the Yankee, who holds the all-time record with 23 guarantees.
Jose Cruz Jr. rips one to left. Ricky Leday runs it down. Worthy of another look. Leday would be all right, although shaken, and he'd be a factor later in the game. Bottom of the 4th, Jays up 2-1. Ex-Yankee Homer Bush with 2 on. Showing some pop. Taking one deep to center over Bernie Williams' head. 2-run score. 4-1 Blue Jays after 4. Top of the 5th, Yanks put 1 on. 4-2, Ricky Leday with a man in scoring position. It's Chili Davis. And Leday puts one in the gap, and he's running a long way. 4th triple of the season. Joe Girardi would bring him home with a single to tie it at 4, and then Bernie Williams. Holy cow, he is unbelievable. 2-run shot in the 6th, 6-4 Yankees. That's your score, bottom of the 9th. Carlos Delgado, who's already had a homer in the game, is buzzed by Mariano Rivera. And that will wrap it up. Rivera gets his 41st save despite walking the first batter he faced for the first time since July 9th, 19.
Is at the plate, however, a 3-6-3 double play, and Chicago goes on to win 7-3. Brian Simmons for Chicago, a home run. He had 2 homers last year. He now has 2 this year. He was supposed to be Chicago's center. Watch this now. It's a dicey situation. Sean Green, Carlos Delgado, ball drops. White Sox up 2-zip, and Lee would score from second a little bit later.
Well, I don't know if this is a bad play or not. You got Green coming as hard as he can. Delgado going hard. Green calls it right at the last minute. Delgado just does not have a chance. That's no man's land.
Now it's Carlos Lee with 2 men aboard. Game tied at 4. Can put it on the board. Yes! 13th of the year. White Sox win at 7-4. Lee with 5 RBIs. Jays have lost.
The Red Sox and Pedro looking for win 22. Top of 3rd to Tony Batista. And he is chopping Brock alive. Martinez, 4 Ks in the game at that point. A new club record, 292 Ks. Breaks Roger Clemens' mark. Martinez pitching out of trouble now in the 4th. 2 on against him. And he has Darren Fletcher up. Wiffle ball, it curves. 5th inning, runners at 2nd. Martinez to Shannon Stewart, and that's just another case of the man holding us down. In the 8th inning, runners at 1st and 2nd. Sean Green puts the bat on it. Jose Offerman starts the double play. 4-6-3. The Jays left 6 on base. Later, they were allowed to leave the field and go to their hotel. Top of the ninth, 3-zip the Red Sox. Martinez to Carlos Delgado. He's leaving. That's more beer for us. Red Sox win at 3-0. Martinez, his major league leading 22nd win. The Red Sox have won 6 in a row, and Martinez has his first shutout of the season.
In the top 1, no score against the Blue Jays. Tell you what, Shawn Green is the truth. To center, Damon Buford let it get by him. Jose Cruz Jr. scores. Green to third, ruled a single and an error. Green got medieval, 4 for 6 in the night. Red Sox defense, whack defense would continue. Top 2, 4-zip Jays, bases loaded. David Segui, fly ball, Buford. See, what had happened, I wasn't really running. Buford's throw to second gets away. Buford's second error of the game. He only had 1 all year coming in, 5-zip Blue Jays. Next batter, Darren Fletcher. To right. Green scores. Trot Nixon, my bad. Segui to third. Carlos Delgado also scored. Third Red Sox error of the inning. They had 5 in the game. 5th inning, Shawn Green. Straight off the meat rack. 40th homer of the year. 14th different player in history with 40 homers, 40 doubles, 100 RBI. Teammate Carlos Delgado needs 2 doubles to make those 2.
Garciaparra, David Wells. Light is green, trap is clean. 2-run shot is 26th of the year. RBI 100 and 101. We're tied at 2. Bottom 7 tied at 4, bases loaded for Garciaparra again. Good wood on this David Wells pitch, but Homer Bush diving, stops and starts the play to get 1 out. Now watch Nomar. He's safe at first, and that allows Darren Lewis to score. Great hustle by Nomar. Bottom 8 still 5-4. Runners on first and third. Lewis, little blooper. More Bush. It's the Homer Bush show. Diving stab to keep it a 1-run game, and that would be big because in the 9th, 2 on, 5-4. Tony Batista rips this Rod Beck pitch just short of the triangle. Shawn Green will tally, as will Homer Bush. 3 RBI on the night for Batista, 2 on this play. Rod Beck gets a blown save as the Blue Jays come back to rally and win it 7-5. David Wells wins number 15.
150-some RBIs. Look at that. Not a bad breaking ball. Outer half of the plate. Guess where it ends up? Off the facade in dead center field. Manny Ramirez just 5 innings tonight, 5 and fly. Well, he had 8 RBIs before he left.
Dave Roberts also a grand slam. And the Indians win at 18-4, so Cleveland ties a major league record for most grand slams in a season. The Indians now have 12 grand slams this year. Ramirez, remember, was taken out.
If this is fair, it's trouble. It's fair, it's trouble. Ramirez driving in 2 runs. That gives him 10 in his last 2 games, and a historic season continues. Indians win at 9-6. Mike Hargrove said afterward, Manny is amazing, and that he is. 159 RBIs, the most in 50 years. Ted Williams and Vern Stevens had as many back in 1949. Devil
against David Wells. El es una grande hombre. 2-run homer is 34th, not in this game. That would be a record. Top of 7, Shawn Green. He did not steal home during the game, but he did do this. Into the vacancy, Homer Bush, Jacob Brumfield, they will come and score.
Bush comes home to score.
Green also with his 41st home run, but how many of those have you seen? 40. Shawn Green knocked in 5 runs, in fact, ties a career high.
At the plate, look out. This dude comes up with the bat, and the bat boy wants it back for a little trade, but the guy's like, I want to trade it, I want a little sign, a little signature action. After all, Fernandez is like, I'm through dealing with you. I need to work. And he goes to the plate and went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the night. Fernandez not the fan. Jim Fregosi joked that the fan.
One playoff starter, Bartolo Colon, and
ground ball to
he's making Shawn Green do that. 4-6 and 3. Colon goes 7 shutout innings. 6th inning, 6th innings. Manny Ramirez. El es una grande hombre. 43rd dong. 3-run shot. 164 RBI. And he's the guy coming out because he just set a record or something. Cleveland now needs just 2 runs to be the first team with 1,000 runs since the 1950 Red Sox.
89 games that year. Manny Ramirez has had a lot to do with all the runs being scored. His 44th home run of the year. He's now got 165 RBIs. Cleveland went up, but Toronto wins it by the score of 8-6. Billy Koch is